That's a little doohickey that goes underneath your seat, and you reach down, pull a lever, and it what?
Doohickey.
Doohickey.
That's a great word. It just made me smile.
It's a British word. You should know it.
Oh no, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to laugh. Let's go from the top again.
Yeah. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Pinkbike 2022 awards videos. So this time around, we're talking about some of our favorite products of the year. We're going to talk about exactly that, but we're also going to talk about our favorite value products of the year and our favorite innovations of the year. Just plain and simple, what were our favorite products, Henry?
So this year, one product that really impressed us, or maybe I should say range of products, was the new Conti tyre range. Now they actually gambled and did a wholesale change this year with the Cryptotile range that also has the Argotile, etc. Now these tyres really impressed us, and previously where racers might have been reaching for the Sharpie, now they're reaching for the Contis. They're that good. Next in our list are some pedals from Hope.
Yes, so I don't usually think of Hope when I think of pedals, but they debuted these this year. These are the Union TC pedals. Casimir used them a bunch, and he came away really liking these things. Now, to get the most out of them, you have to use Hope's cleat, which will set some people off. Some people like to use, an SPD cleat that you can get everywhere, but not with these ones. So Kaz liked the entry, the exit, plenty of support. Yeah, and he had great things to say about it. The one thing that he didn't like is those proprietary cleats, and also they're not inexpensive, Henry.
Absolutely. Now I thought hope would be quite an appropriate word for you, as you hope to get out of your pedals that you seem to be spot welded into. But the next nomination is actually some very nice reserve tubeless valves. Now these no doubt will help you get tubeless sealant and air into your tyre, but listen, the glass ceiling has to be pretty low if we're trying to burst through it with tubeless valves. There's got to be better products out there.
But they are effective.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying they won't change your tubeless setup installation, but they won't change your ride.
No, they might not change your ride, but they might change the ride if you had to install your tubeless before you head out and you have old shitty valve stems that you can't inflate.
That's absolutely true. I mean, what I think the effects of this system are going to be is in the years to come, I can see other brands adopting it. In fact, E13 already have a very similar system.
Yeah.
But when it comes to change in mountain biking, I think for me, I'd like to see products that have a bit more sway over the ride field of the whole bike.
Like a dropper seat post, Henry, which is why we have Bike Yoke's 213 dropper on this list as well.
Absolutely. So this seat post aims to tackle some of the issues you might associate with your dropper. That might be a lack of serviceability or them developing play or a bit of squidge over time.
Yep. Should we tell them what our winner is though?
I think it's about time. And it is the Continental tyre range. Not only is this thing responsible for some stellar results on the World Cups, any bike we've put them on, they've thoroughly impressed us. Available in different casing options, different compounds, and like I said, 5 different treads. This is a really impressive bit of kit from Conti. Now, 2022 has kind of suffered from the hangover from the pandemic, and some of these products, whilst representing good value, there probably isn't that much stuff in mountain biking at the moment that's absolutely cheap. However, there are some great products out there, and something that really impressed us was the alloy range from Hunt. So they come in trail or enduro wide, about $500 US for a set of wheels that's reliable, strong, and in the case of the trail wide, we noticed in our review they offer great levels of comfort too.
Yeah.
What else do we have on there?
The other thing on our list, specialized tires. Now, I know they're not inexpensive. $80 is a lot of money, but I mean, it's less money than a lot of other things out there, and they work very well. There's a whole bunch of different ones you could choose from. They do some great downhill tires with proper heavy duty casing, and I mean, they make a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Another thing that makes lots and lots of sense, and to be honest, it's kind of suitable for everyone that isn't planning on racing their bike, is the Shimano Dior drivetrain. Yeah. Now, this isn't a product that was released in 2022, but the latest generation of 12-speed Dior is absolutely fantastic, and to be honest, it's all most of us ever really need.
All right, Henry, what else do we have on our list here?
We also have the TRP Trail Evo brakes, which is a model that comes spec'd on a lot of bikes, part of their original spec, including some of our test bikes this year. Yeah,
you know who is doing not great brakes? Some companies. You know who is doing great brakes? TRP. They're just good. Like consistent. They just always work. The lever blades feel good. They have more than enough power. I mean, what more do you want out of your brakes? You know, they don't look fancy and they're not super light, but like I just want brakes that work.
Yeah, it's true. And they also make use of that 2.3mm rotor.
Also those
TRP
things.
use, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, when we reviewed them, we did note that if you want to run the levers particularly close to the bar,
My little hands.
you might struggle. But apart from that, they're really, really solid brakes.
True. All right, who won?
And the winner of Value Product of the Year was the alloy wheel range from Hunt. Now they have two different options, the Trail or the Enduro wheels, and both make a lot of sense for around $500 US. Now, whilst alloy wheels might not be innovative, there are some products that are. And Mike, what are the nominations for the 2022 Innovation of the Year?
Well, we're gonna start off with the Anomaly Switchgrade. Now this thing is a little device, it's a doohickey that goes under the seat and it has a lever, you reach down and it quickly adjusts the angle of your seat. Why the heck would you need that? Well, when your seat pole is all the way up, sometimes you want your seat tilted down like this so you could sit really far forward on it, or when you're going back down the hill, you want it leaned back. Now, Matt really liked this thing when he used it. I haven't used it, but it's kind of neat.
Yeah, and they do seem kind of popular. I mean, I think if you're riding up really steep stuff,
Yeah.
slogging up gravel roads, it does make a lot of sense.
I also have a soft spot for gadgets, so let's be real.
Absolutely. Now,
And doohickeys.
another thing that you might use when slogging up a fire road is the new TQ motor.
Would you use that?
Well, whether we personally would, it is a great innovation because it is smaller, lighter,
Yep.
narrower, and still offers 300 watts of power. Now, whilst it may not represent all things to all people, it does show a significant step in the refinement of e-bikes, which some of the time have been, well, they've been crude oil compared to petroleum.
Right, we're
They're
getting
not
there
refined
slowly.
at all, but we're getting there.
Lighter, faster, more better, less rattling. It's
Yeah,
happening,
It is happening.
right? So, next up on our list though is something from Canyon, and it's called KISS. And that stands for
That's for Gene Simmons, no?
one less S.
Yeah, basically it is, essentially it's a steering damper.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, what this means is it's going to provide some kind of feedback to stop you spinning the bars around, which could then theoretically mean you can lean into turns more, be more aggressive on the front,
Yeah.
because the front feels more weighted.
Yeah, more stability.
More stability. Innovation of the year, though? What do you think,
I'm
Mike?
not sure. I'd have to try it out first.
Now, something that is a small refinement, but it could play a large role in our helmets, is the Integra Split Tech system that you might have seen on the latest generation of the Fox Pro frame. Now this is sleeker, it's better looking, and it gives more even coverage when tensioned to potentially give a safer helmet. It certainly looks pretty good. Now, again, innovation of the year, it's a big plaudit. What else have we got in the category, Mike?
I think there's something much more interesting personally.
What would that be?
Shimano's new Di2. It does this automatic shifting feature that, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. It shifts on its own. It's smart enough to know when to do all the things. And I think for a lot of riders, this could be a really neat system. Is it for me? Is it for you? Probably not. But I will say that the time that I have spent on Di2, I found it to be incredibly consistent, which is the number one reason to use any sort of electronic group. So that's why this is on our list, but let's talk about the winner, Henry.
And the winner is the TQ motor. Like we said, what it represents in terms of e-biking could potentially be absolutely massive. And who knows, it might even get me or you riding these e-bikes at some point.
Maybe.
Well, when they put it on a gravel bike, Levy will ride it.
Right.
Until then.
Eventually, they're going to be so small that you're not even going to know it's an e-bike, and then I'll come out and smash you on a ride. You won't even know. There's one more category that I want to go over real quickly while we're here. We weren't going to include this, but since we're rolling, let's talk about our favorite boutique bikes of the year. So there's 4 on the list. It's the Contra MC from that Enduro bike field test. Crazy idler linkage thing going on. Reeves SST, that's the steel bike out of Colorado with the laser printed dropouts and frame components.
This is quite nice.
Futuristic. You know? Yeah. There's also the Digit Datum. That's the bike that is, the frame is made in the States and Tim Lane is the guy behind it. He's designed his own shock, Henry. It goes in the top
It goes, yeah. It's like a broom cupboard, that thing.
It's like a broom cupboard. It's like a broom. Moving on. The next bike and the last bike on our list. That
the Antidote Dark Matter. Oh my God. It's over there.
Good
And it is a
Lord.
fantastically jewel-worthy downhill bike. And can I just say, It's so great to see more brands bringing out new downhill bikes.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, we all ride enduro because we have to get to the top, but we all want to ride downhill, surely.
Oh God, they're so
so
cool. Yeah, like you and I don't need them, but I just want to look at them.
So of these boutique bikes, which is the bike of the year for you?
It's the Contra MC.
That's the winner.
Yeah, and I realized like this is like a super boutique, like small number production bike. Like I don't know how many Evan is going to make of them, like 3, 10, who knows? And they're a lot of money. But I rode it. It uses an idler. I didn't even feel the idler. It climbs so well, and it's a freaking semi truck on the downhills. I loved it.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for watching the products of the year video. Now we've got other things coming up, some more videos to shoot, and some more awards to give out. But until next time, thanks very much, and we'll see you later.